In a quiet suburb just outside of London lived a 17-year-old girl named Clara Westwood. She was bright, kind-hearted, and passionate about painting. Her room was filled with sketches of sunsets, portraits of imaginary people, and watercolor. Landscapes that could almost breathe. But Clara didn't see herself as talented. Every morning before school, she'd scroll through social media, gazing at the perfect photos of influencers and classmates. Makeup flawless, smiles wide. Life seemingly exciting and perfect. She would sigh, turn off her phone, and look into the mirror. "All I see is average," she'd whisper. Her best friend, Ivy, was a star athlete, graceful and confident. Clara admired her deeply but couldn't help feeling like she lived in Ivy's shadow. Ivy had 1,000 followers, a boyfriend, and straight A's. Clara had, well, Artant. Even that didn't feel special when she compared it to the glamorous digital world. At school, things weren't much better. During lunch breaks, Clara often overheard classmates talking about Ivy, or the latest trends, or the number of likes someone got for a new post. "Did you see Tessa's video? 10,000 likes in a day." Jaden got scouted by a modeling agency. Again, Clara smiled politely, but her heart sank a little each time. That evening, Clara's mother noticed her gloom. "You okay, sweetie?" she asked as she set dinner on the table. "I guess," Clara replied, "just tired." Her mother sat across from her. "Want to talk about it?" Clara hesitated. I don't know. I feel like everyone's better than me. Ivy's amazing. Everyone is doing something big. And I'm just painting in my room." Her mother gave her a long look. "You remember that painting you gave me last year? The one with the ocean and the girl on the boat?" Clara nodded. "I keep it at work. People ask me all the time where I bought it. And when I tell them my daughter painted it, they're shocked. That painting calms people. It speaks to them. Do you know how rare that is?" Clara looked down. "It doesn't feel like enough." "You're comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel," her mother said gently. "You don't see the hours Ivy puts into training, or the pressure those girls on Instagram feel to look perfect. And you don't need to compete with them. You just need to be Clara." The words stuck with Clara as she walked back to her room. She stared at her half-finished canvas. A girl sitting under a starry sky, looking at a glowing moon. Was it enough? The next day, Clara decided to join the school's art club showcase. She hadn't planned to. Fear of judgment always held her back, but something inside her stirred. Why not? She whispered to herself. "I'll never know unless I try." She entered her painting from last winter, an old man looking into a mirror, but the reflection was of his younger self, filled with dreams and hope. She titled it, "The Mirror Lies." As the day of the art showcase arrived, Clara stood in the school gymnasium, nervously rubbing her palms against her jeans. Her painting, "The Mirror Lies," hung on the wall among dozens of others. Some were loud and abstract, bursting with color. Others were hyper-realistic, showcasing incredible technique. Hers felt quiet in comparison, almost like a whisper. Students and parents walked around the exhibit, murmuring compliments and critiques. Clara stood in the background, not expecting much. She had no fan base, no flashy presentation, just her raw emotion on a canvas. "Hey, you're the one who painted this?" a voice asked. Clara turned. It was a boy from her literature class, Owen. They had never talked before. "Yes," she replied hesitantly. "I stood in front of this for like 5 minutes," Owen said. "It feels real. Like it understands something I didn't even know I was feeling. My grandfather passed last month. He used to say he didn't recognize himself in the mirror anymore. This painting reminded me of him." "Thank you." Clara's eyes widened. She hadn't expected that kind of reaction, not from anyone. As the evening went on, more students approached her. A teacher said, "Your work moved me." A parent asked if she sold her art online. A fellow artist complimented her. Use of light and shadow. Each word chipped away at the wall Clara had built around her own worth. Later that night, Clara and Ivy walked home together. Ivy had come straight from track practice and had made time just to see Clara's work. "I'm really proud of you," Ivy said, slinging her backpack over one shoulder. "Your painting was amazing." Clara smiled. "Thanks, I think." "You forget how talented you are," Ivy added. "You always compare yourself to me or others, but the truth is, I admire you. You're calm under pressure. You see beauty in small things. And you don't fake who you are." Clara was quiet for a moment. "You really think that?" "I know that," Ivy said with a smile. When Clara got home, she walked into her room and stared at the canvas she had been ignoring for weeks. The one with the girl under the starry sky. This time, she picked up her brush with a renewed sense of purpose, not to impress, not to compete, just to create. She realized something that night. Comparison had stolen so much joy from her. It had dimmed her light and shrunk her world, but she didn't have to live that way anymore. She could choose to see her uniqueness as her superpower. 1 year later, Clara's small art page on social media had grown steadily. Not viral, not famous, but authentic. People followed her because her work spoke to emotions, not trends. She had even started teaching young children how to paint on weekends, helping them express themselves without judgment. She told them what she wished. Someone had told her sooner, art doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be yours. Clara still admired Ivy, and sometimes she still scrolled through social media. But now she did it with a grounded heart, because she finally understood. She was never meant to be Ivy or Tessa or any influencer online. She was meant to be Clara Westwood, and that was more than enough.